Okay, we've got the LEADRACKS traction boards, and these are not the very expensive ones. These are, I think they were 75 bucks each, so I got 4 of them for 150, as you can kind of see there. Now on the back of my truck I have these silver boxes. You see there? I don't know how good our lighting is, but it'll have to do. And I drilled 2 holes, and I got a washer on the inside. I pushed the washer through, and then over here you look at this setup. I've got a washer, a lock washer, and a thumb screw. Now this thing here, I'll have a link in the bottom. It fits perfectly on there. I drilled a hole in the center of this. I drew an X, then I drilled a hole in the center of this so the bolt would actually fit. Now these LEADRACKS traction boards, and they go by many different names. You really gotta just check out the handles. See if I can get up there and show you that. If the handles look like that, they're all the same. They come from the same company. Now the lock I've got going on here, and that's just for honest people. I mean, if somebody really wants them, they can cut that and untake it. So it's just to detour, nothing more. I forget how long that is, 10 feet, I'm not sure. I'll have a link in the bottom of that too. The bolts I have are 8 inches, and they barely fit on there. I literally had to start screwing them without the lock washer to pull them up tight, then back off with the bolt, then put the lock washer on, and then add it, and then it was perfectly good. So if you want to do that, then you could go with 8-inch bolts 2 to hold 4, or 4-inch bolts. If you want a little more leadway, get them a little longer. I did get the bolts off Amazon because my hardware store didn't have them, so I will give you a link to the bolt. I did go to the hardware store to get the washers and lock washers and the wing nut bolts to put it on there. Now I'm sure once this is on there a while, it tightens it up, then it'll be a pain to get that wing nut off. So I would suggest you have a tool, a pair of pliers or something on you, that you can help you get that off of there basically. I have a wrench and a pair of pliers, and I have other tools I keep in here. So there's no way they're going to be stuck there. And I mounted them there because when they're needed, they will be there. And basically there is a shovel in there that I can dig myself out with too. Now, I don't know how long or how good they'll be. Like, they are UV resistant. They do hold something like, I don't know, 8 tons I think, or 10 tons. My truck is around 8. So it's possible when I use them they'll crack. I do know when a lot of people use these type of, these China brand boards in the winter, if you're in an area it gets really cold, they tend to crack a little easier. So I would consider that. I'm in Tennessee. We really don't get cold that often. More or less I got to worry about UV, and they are UV resistant. So we'll see how they do over time. But it's better than nothing, and even if I get stuck in the middle of nowhere and I use them once and they crack, well, it's worth its weight in gold, because it's not like you're going to get a tow truck with some of the places I go to, is what's going to happen. And they look good in the truck. They're out of the way. I still got room in my bed, so no big deal. Okay, and here we go. There's a long shot at what it looks like on the back of my silver boxes. So they have a home, and they're not as easy to see when I got the tailgate up. Let me put that up. Oh. You see? You really don't see them. You really got to get your head up here and look in here. So I don't think anybody's going to steal them, but there we go. That's where I put my track boards, and I mounted them. Catch you guys on the next one.